my Christian walk wasn't very good. I kind of fell off like a whole lot. I wasn't spending very much time with God. I wasn't going to church. I wasn't around my Christian friends. I wasn't going to Bible study, and I wasn't reading my word. And it's like when you spend that much time away from the presence of God, you start to lose that fear of God, kind of. And you start to just lose interest in like spending time with God, you know? So like, and it's like when you spend that time away from God, you become more vulnerable to Satan's attacks. So like this summer, I was spending a lot of time around people who don't exactly put God first. So I started to get curious of the things I used to do, you know? And as a visualization, it's kind of like if you're riding in the back of a truck, right? It's like driving fast. And the only way you can like stay in the truck is if you hold on, literally hold on. And it's like I let go and like I fell off. And it's like instead of running after the truck, you know, to get back on, I kind of just stayed where I was at and just like was like looking around, you know, where I landed, you know? And it's like you can't fall, like when you fall down, you can't stay down. You gotta get right back up. Because if not, you're just gonna go further and further and further. And I experienced that to the point where I knew that God was not pleased with me. I knew that what I was doing is so far from where I was.
I see what happened to Ashley as a very good example of Christians staying humble. Because some Christians, they get on the high and they're like, oh, I can't do that, I can't fall. And then the minute, you know, they take their days off, it happens, you know? And then, you know, people are watching us and we can't be so up on our high and, you know, on our high that we can't think of other ways that we may fall. Because we're just human. And I think it's important to just stay focused and don't be naive because we can fall so easily.
It's been a really humbling experience because, to be honest, like I could not fathom the thought of me backsliding. I could not think that I could possibly fall off track from God to the point where, you know, I wasn't interested in getting deep into His presence. But it just goes to show that, you know, how Solomon was the wisest man ever. You know, there was no one as wise as Solomon. And just to think that he made the dumbest mistake by turning his heart from God. And he did that because of his wives. So who are we to think that we are immune to falling off track, you know? Hey, what's up? At what church? What time does it start? Okay, is there gonna be any food there? Oh, there isn't? Hold on, wait, hold on. Yes, Mom? Oh, tonight? I'm sorry, I gotta help my mom with something tonight. Maybe next time? Yeah, I'm so sorry. Right.
Really?
There's not gonna be any food there. I mean, you don't have to go to church, the actual building to be at church. You can just have it at your house, you know. Put on Creflo Dollar, you know, we at church, right?
Lord, I know He doesn't know you and He doesn't care about you, but can you please let Him marry me? I mean, you'll eventually save Him, right? Alright, later.
Bible study? I think my phone is breaking up. I'll talk to you later, okay? I really don't feel like worshiping this morning. The way I got back in God's presence was, it's like for weeks now, every morning I'd randomly wake up at 3. And at first I was ignoring it, going back to sleep. But then it was just like, this is no coincidence. Because like, I'm going to sleep at 12, waking up at 3. And I'm just like, God wants to spend time with me. So I just started, denying myself and getting up out of bed and worshiping God. And no lie, every morning that I did that, His presence was there. He would fill the room and it would just be so overwhelming. And it's like after that, like I'd have a good morning and I just want to strive to please Him and not disobey Him and hurt Him.
When I think of the word backsliding, it's like you get on the top of a slide and you fall backwards. And you notice how low it is. That's exactly how that's exactly how it is in your walk with Christ. Once you start to revert and you spend less and less time with God, you slowly start to fall into the same things you used to fall into. And sin isn't as big of a no-no to you anymore because, hey, you're not really close to God like you used to be. I know in my first year of being saved, I was starting to fall back into the same old things that I used to do. And it took me a while to realize what in the world happened. Like, I was doing so good until finally He started putting certain people in my life, and that helped pull me into the right direction. I say surround yourself with positive people who are going to bring you closer to God. Because if you're the only saved person in the bunch, it's going to be easy to fall away. So surround yourself, positive people, stay closer to God, read your word. If you're busy, try to squeeze in time. Worship is the biggest weapon, so put in some more worship time. And before you know it, you're going to hear His voice more, and you are going to hate sin. The closer you get to God, sin is going to be a no-no. So that's all I got to say.